Hello everyone, it's Allright, and in this video I would like to show you how to create face rig with normal and displacement maps using Allright Rig 2.0. Here I'm using facial coding system based rig that was bought on TurboSquid, links below. All facial expressions were converted to Morph Targets and face rig was combined with Paragon character body. Also I've made meshes for eyebrows and eyelashes. On information how to create basic rig, please watch Allright Rig basics tutorials. Let's start with mouth controller. Let's go to face rig data and add item to morph controllers array. Name it mouth and recreate rig. Here I have my mouth controller inside head controller. Let's select it, then go to its group and move this controller to put it in front of lips. Copy location of mouth group controller and paste it to transform property of mouth controller in morph controllers array. Recreate rig. Now we have this controller over here. Now let's go to our skeletal mesh and find our mouth morph targets. So here I have mouse L for positive X, copy names, add item to morph targets. For positive X it will be mouth L. For negative X it will be mouth R. For positive Z it will be mouse up. And for negative Z it will be mouth down. Let's recreate rig. Here is our mouth morph targets. Before we will go to material setup, we need to open our skeleton asset, find those morph targets and mark them as material curves. Save asset. Here I have basic skin material setup. Here's my basic normal map texture. And for mouth morph targets I will use wrinkle A normal map. Let's add this normal map to our shader. And also we will need mouth mask in order to blend this normal map. Mouth mask texture has separate masks in separate channels. Also it uses masks compression method. So for left side we will use red channel and green channel for right side. Let's go back to our material. And we need to blend our basic head normal map with wrinkle A map using a linear interpolation node. All texture samples here also need to use shared rep sampler source mode in order to have a lot of textures in material. Now let's add scalar parameter and we need to name it exactly the same as morph target. For left side we are using red channel. Let's multiply it by this variable and connect it to alpha of the linear interpolation node and connect it to our flatten normal node which goes to the material. Click apply. Also make sure that you're using material instance instead of material itself on the mesh. And also we need to recreate the rig in order to update those material parameters. So now we have this normal map active on the left side. Let's do the same for the right side. Add material parameter, mouth R, another interpolation node. We will use the same normal map. A will be a result of this linear interpolation. And now we use green channel in order to mask normal map for the right side. Apply, save, recreate rig. And here we go for left side and for right side. For mouth up, I will use another wrinkle map, which is wrinkle C. Let's duplicate this normal map sampler and choose wrinkle C. Again, linear interpolation this will be A. Duplicate this multiplication. This will be B. And blue channel will give us mask for mouth up. Again, connect, apply, save, and create rig. Now let's do the same for our displacement maps. So for better organization of all your nodes, it is better to use material functions. However, here I will just show you how it works. So basically all this I need to copy. And here, instead of normal maps, I need to use my displacement maps. Head disp. Instead of wrinkle A, I have displacement A. Instead of wrinkle C, I have displacement C. Again, using the same scalar parameters and the same texture masks. Let's create vertex normal node and multiply it by our displacement maps result. We also need to subtract 0.5 value from displacement map before multiply it. Now let's select our material and go to tessellation settings, and we need to enable P and triangles. And now we can connect our result to world displacement. Let's also create scalar parameter for tessellation. Set it to 1.5 by default. Apply. Save. And create rig. So now, besides normal maps, we will have displacement. Unfortunately, in this example, I don't have animated specular maps, so I will fake it using displacement maps. I will just take this, multiply it by scalar parameter, which I will name specular anim, and just add this result to specular nodes. To specular, apply, create rig. Let's open our head tutor material instance. And here I have my specular anim parameter. Now let's take a look at full material. So here I have all these wrinkle maps, head, wrinkle A, B, C, D, and I'm using this mask selector material function in order to interpolate all those normal maps. And also I use a lot of RG mask function, which is interpolate input textures using R and G masks and R and G scalar parameter values. And again, morph controllers and morph targets array in these controllers, they not update only morph targets, but they also update material parameters if they are set to material curves in skeleton. And of course, you can bake all this material animation to animation asset. Alright, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be happy to answer all your questions in Allright Rig Discord.